Overlapping response. The gala's light blurs the boundary of time. As night falls, UMP-40 and UMP-9, both dressed in evening gowns, escort UMP-45 to the ballroom. Yep, I knew this purple dress would be perfect on you, 45. Hehe, it's just that you look great in anything, 45. Yep. UMP-45 smiles faintly after hearing the two of them praise her. The smooth purple silk feels familiar and it makes UMP-45 feel nostalgic, but also a little suspicious. Has she ever worn a dress like this one before? However, each time she tries to remember the past, her neural cloud grows indistinct, like misted glass, especially when she tries to recall details about that operation. Why are you spacing out, 45? Shouldn't we be heading in? Hang on. UMP-45 grabs UMP-40 as the latter is about to enter the party venue. 40, can you give me a couple of minutes? I have some things I want to ask you about that mission. What do you want to know, 45? From what I remember of that operation, only you and I took part, 40. What was the commander there? And my neural cloud? Now, why are the two of you standing at the doorway like scarecrows? Is someone's neural cloud so badly damaged that they're too scared to step through a door? Before UMP-45 can finish, a cold voice interrupts her question. UMP-45 and sees the owner of the voice. It is a long-haired doll with a cold demeanor who's sizing her up with an icy look in her eyes. Beside the doll is a white-haired doll who's also wearing a dress. Her eyes are closed in almost slumber and she's wobbling on her feet, as though she's going to keel over and curl up on the floor at any moment. Heh, well, it's better to have gotten neural cloud damage than not be allowed to take part in the op at all. Isn't that right? This is strange. This doll's face is very familiar, but UMP-45 cannot recall her name. Just as UMP-45 frowns while thinking, the closed door to the venue hall suddenly opens and Kalina steps out. Oh, 404 is here too. Kalina greets the white-haired doll in a familiar way and smiles at the three UMPs. Hehe, I haven't introduced them to you yet, 40. These two are elite dolls from Squad 404, 416 and GRG-11. Squad 404 provides covert support for operations and they took part in this operation. It was thanks to their help that you and 45 were saved. Also, after the operation ended, Squad 404 officially accepted employment from Griffin and they have joined us. It's very likely that they'll form a new team with you and 45 for future ops. I invited them here today to take the opportunity to inform everyone about the news. After Kalina finishes her introduction, 416 looks at UMP-45 and raises her chin arrogantly. Do you understand now? It's not like 404 are trash who don't deserve to set foot on the battlefield. Still, you don't need to thank us for helping. After all, protecting weak teammates is part of an elite doll's duties. Was that what really happened? UMP-45 eyes Kalina and 416 suspiciously. For some reason, the way they were talking just now filled UMP-45's heart with a strange sense of wrongness. However, UMP-40 doesn't seem affected at all and instead smiles brightly at them. So that's how it is. Then I need to thank 416 and GRG-11. If not for you, 45 and I would really have been done for. Since we're all going to form a new team together, I'll just wish us all the best in becoming the most cohesive and well-coordinated team. You don't need to wish for it, it's a foregone conclusion. Faced with UMP-40's dazzling smile, the white-haired doll pulls away in a somewhat unnatural way. After that, she grabs the other doll who's already snoring loudly on the ground and strides into the venue hall. Before she leaves, the white-haired doll turns back one last time and fixes UMP-45 with a cold stare. Just a reminder, since you have neural cloud damage, you should take some time to get your frame in order instead of rushing back to the battlefield. 404 isn't going to come save you again if you end up dragging your teammates down. With that, the white-haired doll drags GRG-11 away. UMP-40 lightly slaps UMP-45's shoulder, as though she guessed the latter's thoughts. 416 might have an acid tongue, but this is her way of showing concern. Is that so? Do you know her from before, 40? No, no, this is also my... Well, I just heard about her from 9. Isn't that right? UMP9 smiles and hugs UMP45 before nuzzling her. Yep, 416 has always been awkward. Don't take what she said to heart, 45. Alright, 45, 9, it's time we went in. That's enough standing around like dorks for now. Yep, I'm sure there's a lot of delicious grub in there. I can smell it already. UMP40 and UMP9 each grab UMP45's arms and push her into the venue hall. Inside the lively venue hall, UMP45 sits down on one side of a spacious sofa, enjoying delicious food with the dolls around her. There's already a huge pile of food on the table before her, but UMP9 is still running excitedly back and forth across the hall, setting down new dishes in front of UMP45. Wow, this is good too. Try some, 45. Yep, and this drink is really yummy. Have a glass, 45. Everyone was really worried when we heard you got hurt during the mission. How do you feel now, 45? Are you alright? Sabrina Camillo? Wait, why did they use the old Springfield? Okay, now that is a jump scare. Literally from Girls Funny 1. Well, don't force yourself if you're not feeling well. Thank you, everyone. Dolls are milling back and forth inside the venue hall. From time to time, people approach UMP45 to greet or speak to her. Someone has started a board game in the center of the hall. It draws the attention of many people, including UMP9, who runs over excitedly. As she watches the bustling hall, UMP45 is slowly infected by the lively mood in the air. She leans against the sofa and slowly relaxes her body, allowing herself to sink into its softness. Maybe this isn't so bad? While her neural cloud is a little confused and some of the data doesn't conform exactly to what she knows, everyone is very nice and she has UMP9 and UMP40 to keep her company. As the thought crosses her mind, UMP45 looks to her side. Sensing UMP45's gaze, UMP40 raises her glass of fruit juice and flashes her with a winning smile. After that, UMP40 suddenly waves in front of her. Kalina, who's wearing a suit, approaches and sits down beside the two of them. She raises a hand and gently ruffles UMP45's hair. How do you feel, 45? Not too noisy for you, is it? Your neural cloud was only fixed just recently, after all. Kalina's smile reassures UMP45. However, as she looks at Kalina's professional-looking suit, a strange feeling rises inside UMP45's neural cloud again. Is Kalina supposed to look like this right now? But if not, then how should she look? UMP45 feels like she out to know, but she cannot find the right records in her neural cloud. In the end, UMP45 decides to set these unexplainable doubts aside for now. Thank you for asking, Colin. This place is quite lively and it's very relaxing. Perfect for a patient like me. Also, I need to thank Griffin and 44 for supporting us during this operation. You don't need to thank Griffin or me. 40 is the real hero here. Kalina looks at UMP40 across UMP45 and smiles. If 40 hadn't managed to shake off the control of the virus and kept it from spreading, the Griffin dolls would have been in greater danger. You probably wouldn't have made it out safely. The virus? What's that? Kalin? What did you just say? Kalina's voice seemed to fade into indistinct static and UMP45 cannot make out what she's saying. She unconsciously grabs Kalina's arm, but before she can ask further, Kalina has already changed the topic. Speaking of which, 40 and 45, I got some good news for you. Oh? What other surprises do you have hidden up your sleeve, Kalin? We all think that coming back safely from that operation was an incredible feat. Therefore, in order to celebrate your safe return and as a reward for 40's contributions to Griffin, the commander has decided to give you both a special reward, a month-long super vacation. A super vacation? That's a month long? Wow! UMP40 hugs UMP45 and begins jumping around in excitement. Hey, does that mean 45 and I can go on a holiday? What? Did someone say holiday? UMP9, who was playing a board game off to the side, hears the commotion and excitedly squeezes over. Are you going on a holiday with 45, 40? Can I come too? UMP9 looks eagerly at Kalina, but Kalina merely smiles and ruffles her hair. I'm sorry, but I have other work for you, 9. Aw. Alright then, if you're going on holiday with 40, then make sure you take lots of pictures and share them with me when you get back, 45. Haha, don't you worry, 9. We'll take extra for you too. Won't be, 45. Yeah, we will. So, have you decided where you will be going for your holiday, 40? Do you even have to ask? We'll be going to the sea, of course. The sea? Upon hearing that word, UMP-45's smile freezes on her face, perhaps a long, long time ago. What's wrong, 45? I remember that a long time ago, someone once told me about the sea. That person said, that was me. Annoyed, UMP-40 twaps UMP-45 on the shoulder. I told you that after we finished a training session a while back, I said I wanted to go on a holiday to the seaside and soak up the sun. Did you forget, 45? Did you? I cannot find those records in my neural cloud. Well, I guess it cannot be helped since your neural cloud was damaged. Maybe that memory was among the damaged bits. That's right. Tell me about your vacation plans too. I cannot possibly be the only one who had the idea of going to the seaside, right? Holidays don't come by often, after all. What about you, 45? What do you want to do during your time off? Yeah, a month is a long time. What do you have in mind, 45? Me? Confronted by UMP-40's and Kalina's smiles, UMP-45 cannot help but think. If it were me... The party is still going strong in the venue hall. UMP-45 is discussing her vacation plan with the other two people in front of her. However, the lights overhead grow brighter and brighter while the music playing over the hall's audio systems grow louder and louder, turning into a melody that's familiar to UMP-45. The lights are so bright now that they have almost washed out UMP-40's and Kalina's faces. In this blinding field of white, she sees the indistinct figure once again. 45, it's time for target practice. Yep. The indistinct figure radiates a soothing scent of sunlight. UMP-45 nods and reaches out to it. 45, what's wrong? The light and music suddenly fade away and the indistinct figure vanishes. UMP-45 finds herself holding on tightly to UMP-40's hand. 45, are you alright? Do you want to go back to Persicus for a checkup? No, there's no need for that. I'm fine. I just thought of something I wanted to tell you all of a sudden. UMP-45 lets go and lightly shakes her head. You and 40 are so close. Of course we are. 45's my sister after all. We're each other's most important person, right? UMP-40 laughs cheekily as she pats UMP-45's head, then leans on her shoulder. Record load error. Please reload. Record load error. Please reload. Please reload. Her neural cloud seems to be generating a continuous, uninterruptible string of errors. However, UMP-40's and Kalina's smiles in front of her are as warm as they ever were, to the point where it feels like the good times will last forever if she returns them with a smile of her own. UMP-45 ignores the errors in her neural cloud and smiles, leaning back onto UMP-40's shoulder. Yeah. 40 and I were the best sisters ever.